note real quick for you now. If you look at the politics of Nigeria now, it is essentially geared towards 2027, and part of the conversation is around what will be the fate of opposition when political parties eventually all throw their hats in the ring, in a manner of speaking. As it stands today, we've seen the All Progressives Congress, which is the ruling party, been accused of some efforts to turn Nigeria into a one-party state. Add to that the situation where virtually all the major opposition political parties are now faced with one form of challenge or another, from internal wrangling to a litany of litigations, and add to that the challenge of not being able to find some sort of common front or cohesion of some kind at this point. So it is safe to say, perhaps, that there is, if you like, a preponderance of challenges, or you can also say it is now hydra-headed for these political parties and their different players. To help us understand what exactly is happening, where we stand today as a polity, and what the implications are for the 2027 general election cycle, we're joined by Austin Okai Usman, is a political activist and PDP House of Representatives 2023 candidate for Deccan Basa. I would like to say a big thank you to you, Austin, for coming on prayer.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Austin. It's great to have you on the program.
Great. Of course, you have followed politics the entire time in Nigeria. You've seen the evolution and all of that. As it stands today, we are hearing of some sort of coalition. We're hearing that, well, President Bola Tinubu, being the leader of the APC, is determined to turn Nigeria into a one-party state. Some people say that's a lame excuse from the opposition because they are afraid that the APC has already won before the race even gets started.
First of all, there's nothing like you are hearing about coalition. You are aware of the existing coalition. You know there is a coalition. Do you understand? So it's not like you are hearing about coalition. The ADC has come to emerge, and he is the leading opposition. So there's nothing like moving to one-party system anymore. We're having a strong opposition under the African Democratic Congress, ADC, and you know in reality what gave birth to it due to the internal crisis in PDP. And whoever thinks that Nigeria is good, even the president himself is aware that IBB cannot even try that when he proposed the two-party system, right. XDP and NRC. And President Tinubu himself is aware that he can't. How will you govern a nation of over 250-something millions with one-party system? I don't know you get it now. It is not possible. APC alone cannot accommodate our various political interests. It's not possible. And even this one you are seeing so, you can see the party is having a lot of internal crisis, and it's heading into its election. From the congresses to primary, you will see what will happen. So we are having a strong opposition, which is ADC. There's nothing like the hearing about coalition. The coalition has come to be. We have the national chairman, former Senate president, former military administrator of Niger State, Senator David Mark, the national secretary, a former governor, two-time governor of Osun State, two terms minister of internal affairs, Rauf Agbeni Aregbesola, etc., etc. So what is there about one-party system? There's not like one-party system. I'm a stakeholder in ADC. It has come to stay.
But again, that's what the challenge is. I know Joma wants to jump right in, but let's look at the ADC itself now.
Good.
Yes, there have been issues around the true leadership of the ADC. We have seen the Dumebi-led faction of the ADC. We have seen another gentleman again who has also now said, look, we are the bona fide leaders of this party. It appears, some people will say, that the wing of the party, so to speak, led by David Mark, former Senate president, is getting off on the wrong footing, because they say by the time this all clears and the dust settles, the ADC might not even be able to stand for it.
How? That is a side distraction. Perhaps that is why some people are saying that they want party. How is it possible? There's nothing like that. INEC regulate, supervise, the umpires, the political activities in Nigeria. And if you check their website, you see the current executive structure of the party, led by Senator David Mark and the National Secretary. So Dumebi was a former candidate of the party. How can he lead the party? He was a former presidential candidate of ADC. Saying that he's leading another faction is non-existent. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but so you don't.
So stands right now, he's not even a member of the party. Is that the point?
He's a member of a party, but you say he's leading. Leading how? That you are a candidate of a party. Okay, I contested for PDP House of Reps, taking an answer. In the election that I won, I was taken from me. Are you saying I'm the leader of the party? How? I can't lead the party. The platform is an independent of a candidate who contested, wanted to use it. It's like you are just a passenger. You boarded a taxi driver or Uber and he drove you down here. Does that mean you are the owner of the car? You come out of the car, the driver goes to a car and another passenger.
Are there factions in the ADC?
I'm not aware of that as of today.
I want to ask a question.
Does if there's a faction, INEC will not recognize that. INEC recognize and acknowledge and participate in all the activities of the current ADC led by Senator David Mark and the National Secretary Rauf Aregbesola. All the structures that participated in last 2023 election, statewide, are with the David Mark led. So where is this? Where is the faction?
You know what? With all of these heavy weights coming out, like Atiku Abubakar coming out, Peter Obi coming out and saying that they are going to. They're going for the presidential slot when it comes to the ADC and all of that. Do you see it as a challenge in any way?
Oh, that's why there is eternal mechanism of selecting the leadership, which is primary election, recognized by law. All the electoral acts are aware. And if you are going on opposite, it also has to pass through INEC and through democratic processes. So the political participation, or the process of contesting to win any primary elections is not a monarchical affair. There's nothing like a crown prince. And the party has insisted that the processes of electing or choosing a candidate to be transparent. So what else? P2B is a gladiator. You know.
Of course.
Atiku is a political gladiator.
Yes, he is.
And so many, even one, the former education minister has yesterday from other brother has declared for presidency. So many people can't declare. You can see the party that have the like of El-Rufai and Co. is a party that is joking. So the idea of one party system, let us kill that. It's nothing like that. The idea of crisis going to come during the primaries or the PDP, you can't take that away because politics is full of push and pull, as I say in the other sister station. It is a battle where people fight for their own interest. And it's not a heavenly race where God will reward you heaven for being a good politician. We all go into politics for interest, which can be national interest, tribal interest, state interest, even your own personal interest or your community interest. So many forces push or pull, encourage, motivate the politician to participate in the political processes. And as long as we are fighting for interest, you can't take that agitation from it. So it has, the party is strong, it has eternal mechanism of resolving that when the time comes.
And so in your own words, ADC has come to stay.
You are aware of it.
And it's a strong opposition party for the
leading
opposition
opposition, you know of it. I don't need to tell you, you are a media person, you are aware of it.
No, you tell me.
That is the reality, it has come to exist.
And you believe it's a strong opposition party for the ruling party?
What else? The two candidates who participated opposing the current administration, P2B of Labour Party, who came third, Atiku of PDP, who came second, they are all in the ADC. What characteristic, what exactly do you...
I'm curious, I want you to help us expand on that a little, because that's the calculation I see people from the ADC, like you just did now, also put forward. They say, well, Obi got about 6 million votes in 2023, Atiku got about 8 million votes. You put that together, it's 14 million. It means that they will floor the APC or whatever candidate the APC will present in 2027. But there are people who also say that the circumstances within the political space have changed drastically. For example, they say candidates Bola Tinubu, as he then was, is now the president. So that is an edge already for him. So is your party, the ADC, still banking on the realities of 2023?
Reality is not even the reality. Nigeria is, the economy is not even as worse as it was then.
So it's worse now than...
Of course, there are so many indices that to make Nigerians to decide. Obi did what he did then. without even a sitting House of Assembly members. And one thing the ruling party is afraid is what ADC is doing, what I call political mass movement. I don't know, 2027 is going to be a revolution through ballot paper, which is democratic one. Nigerians can testify to it. The situation of the economy, the insecurity, unemployment as it stands now. So you know what it is as a citizen. If you are okay with the present administration, fine. But I can tell you that 60 to 70% of Nigerians are in a hurry for 2027 general election to deal with the current government. And it is a reality. The presidency is aware. The ruling party is aware. Odigi Oyegu John, one of the pioneers, founder of the ADC, yesterday declared that the obedient movement and the coalition force that made up ADC, there's no way his own party, APC, that he was a former national chairman, will survive the coming national general election. You can't know them more than Odigi Oyegu. He's a personal friend of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's one of the national chairmen of APC that Adams Oshiomhole took over from. So he knows the weakness of his own party, of his own former party. He knows how they emerged.
But you say his former party. We all know that the circumstances that led to where Dr. John Odigi Oyegu is today were not very palatable. So people will say you can't use that as a yardstick.
Exactly.
No. You can't say that someone like, he's not just a former national chairman. He has a political relationship with the present president and commander-in-chief before them.
Beyond politics.
So you can't say that. He knows them. Just as I can't tell you I know your office more than you do. So he's not just talking. If you look at his political trajectory, you can predict that he's an experienced politician. And when people like that talk, who else? He's a stakeholder, a national for that matter. So it's not somebody that just talk, it's not a bare parlor discussion or hearsay, and that is just even a bypass, or that is just a passerby. What I'm saying in a sense is that continuation of APC beyond 2027 may spell doom for our economy.
And the ADC wants to stop that.
It has to, and the only way the country can survive is to do it with APC. And there's never a time a coalition of this exists that the ruling party survive it.
There are people who refer to your party as a vehicle loaded with disgruntled politicians. What's the real motivation behind this ADC initiative?
Because perhaps maybe when they formed, I was in PDP when the APC was formed. Perhaps people like El-Rufai and Co, Aminu Bello Ntamboa, Atiku, they all play at the formation of APC. And if they say that this is not what they want, this is not the party they form, this is not the current manifesto or visions or the way the party is governing the nation, is not the idea behind the formation of APC, then who are we? They knew what went wrong. They knew what they wanted. And they knew they are not calling them a disgruntled politicians. It's a common term used by militaries and co. Whoever uses such word is undemocratic because it's a common word used by militaries and soldiers. No civilian will say that a disgruntled politician is not. You can see almost 60 to 70% of Buharists, the Malamis, the El-Rufais, the Odigi Oyegus, the Patamis, they are all into this. Are you saying they are disgruntled? They just finished as a minute. They just finished serving the government. I don't know you get it now. They were all there and they helped Buhari, what's his name? The current president, President Tinubu, to emerge. And they are regrouping against him after 2 years. Are you saying that they are also disgruntled?
Are they not being pushed by selfish ambition?
Which selfish ambition is that? There's nothing like selfish ambition in politics.
You know, some will say that we've heard all of this before, where individuals will come together or political parties will come together and say they'll do this and this and this and this differently. ADC, what are they actually going to bring to the table that is different from what the current ruling party is doing? What is so different?
The campaign hasn't started. And there's a limit to what I can say. I don't know you get it now. But when the campaign comes, we will tell Nigerians what the ADC will do differently. But you know the realities on the street the realities in the marketplaces, the realities on our highway, the realities in the federal or the national airport, it shows that something is wrong and we can't continue this way. As I'm talking to you now, going to fly from here to Lagos, you cannot, it's almost 300,000 or 400,000. Go by the road, you may be kidnapped before you reach Ilorin, where you have to pay 15 million, 20 million, spending some month in the. We are living in a country where people hardly even go to their villages. Last Christmas was something, if not because of the organizations like DSS and the army who deployed massively and called security, which we can't even, you know what is the reality? Kidnapping has become a business. And one of the biggest achievements of the ruling APC is that kidnapping now that has become, the Senator Nigi said that the kidnappers are even richer than the senators now. And that means another business has been founded, which is unfortunate. And these kidnappers do not just kidnap to collect money, they rape women, they kill people. So it's happening. I can tell you that one person from Yale, in the Kina local government, was kidnapped in Zuma Rock here for almost 3 months now. His 2 children and him, over 3 months. He's nowhere to be found. And they're asking for 100 million naira. Who pay? And it's everywhere. It's becoming the daily activities. Saying the current government hasn't failed, that means we are not being sincere. Saying we should continue like this, that means we are heading to anarchy, because Nigerians may not be folding their hand and allowed to be kidnapping every day. So something may dangerously happen. And the only way to avert that is by doing away with the government that has failed. How do they fail? But one responsibility of a government is security of lives and property. And when the government has failed in that aspect, where is the government? And I can tell you that the current government has failed. You know you can't just wake up and go to your village, except you are telling me you are a Iwagi man that is staying in Karo or Iwaye. I don't know you get it now. Even from here to Buhari, you are risky. You can't be kidnapped. I don't know you get it now. And where we can't wake up in my own vehicle, with my own money, buy fuel into my car, and I can't visit my village at will, where are we?
But you know, someone would tell you that the issue of insecurity has been with us for a very long time now. What makes you think that with the emergence of ADC, that is if they emerge as the ruling party in 2027, this will be a thing of the past?
Abba, why would they not? Okay, look at what they are doing in Sokoto. The government officials sit down with bandits to negotiate. They give them money. They go back again and buy time. I don't know you get it now. Come back. Of recent, I heard the Minister of Defense issue warning. The government shouldn't even negotiate with bandits. To the extent that the governor of Sokoto State drove down to Kaduna to visit Malami. What is the name? Gumi, who has openly been speaking on the negotiation, or some even accusing of being a pro-bandit and co. And up till now, the government has refused to come up to tell us what is Gumi doing. Is he representing the government interest? Is Gumi above law? Why can't he be questioned? You yourself, you are confused about the role Gumi is playing. Are you not confused? So who tolerates that? So we don't know where we are.
If the ADC, just to, again, expand this conversation real quick, if the ADC were in power, what would they do about someone like Sheikh Gumi, for example?
I won't say that. Just as I say.
But you look disappointed that the government is not taking...
By expressing my disapproval of the way the government is handling pro-bandit in the north, who are openly canvassing that they are freedom fighters, that the government should treat them like the Niger Delta militant, that the government should build schools for them, give them money and talk to them out of it. You should know that if the ADC is in power, they won't tolerate that. It's impossible. It's impossible. There should be one government. And just as I said there, even if the government fails, there are aspects or a particular cardinal point that the government must not fail, which is the aspect of security.
Right.
And it's not just only bandit. If in Abuja Street now, holding your handbag as a lady to stand in some point at from 8 o'clock, you are, even a man, you are at risk of being stabbed. Is there any week, for one chance people do not kill people? Except it's been, few have been underreported, or because of the way females, ladies are mostly their victims, and because of poor orientation, some of them say that, oh, a prostitute, this and this. You see people, there's no, except even the last week, a federal high court staff, dead body was found. The only lucky the lady has is because her ID card was unfounded on the ground. They would have labeled her. So ladies go through a lot at night. And because of unemployment rate, most of these self-employed, all these small business owners, they don't even care about them. You close around 11 o'clock, you're on your own. So the insecurity, when if a country like a federal capital territory is not secure, what will happen in some state capitals again? So the realities on ground is that the government that has failed in security has nothing to do in staying beyond the first steps of their power.
All right, we'll take a break real quick. But let's talk about governors. We understand how pivotal governors are to elections and electioneering in Nigeria. In fact, it will appear the more governors you have on your side as a president, the better your chances of winning election, or if you like, gaining some political mileage. Incidentally, on this front, President Bola Tinubu has been able to win a good number of governors, especially from the PDP to his side. As we speak right now, just a matter of hours ago, the governor of Kano State was with him at the villa, and some unconfirmed reports are saying that the talks essentially focused on his defection, which you understand should have happened about a week ago or so. Does it not give concern to your party, the ADC, that governors, as powerful as they are, in their numbers, are siding with the president and the All Progressives Congress? Does that not already show that you're, if you like, tagging along?
Well, PDP and President Jonathan was with 28 governors when he lost to APC. 28 incumbent governors was with PDP when Buhari took over, not militarily, through democratic revolution. So governors, you are saying, how popular are they, most of them in their state? Look at the Rivers State governor. Is this safe? Can APC protect him in Rivers State? You are following what is happening there. So a governor will be, we are always saying this thing because the elections are designed, mostly in Nigeria, not to be free and fair. What will the governor do? He has only one vote.
But he's influential.
Yeah, that is the reality, but based on their state and how influential they are in their various states. So if the president let him have 36 or 35 governors, okay, why he has more than majorities of them now? Why is he still looking for them? That shows he's afraid. Why did he need the kind of government?
But they said the goal is to win.
Exactly.
To win
it's all about
landslide, not just
last
win.
line is the governors that, how many are they? They are 36 or 34 or 35. And compared to over 20 million to 30 million voters in Nigeria, if people should come out to the street. Nigerians are tired. How many of these governors can 100% guarantee in a free and fair that they can deliver their state? So the idea of the more you bring in a new governor, the older hand that voted for them are ready to work with us. And that's why I talk about implosion. And you hear what the Taraba State APC chairman state categorically, that treating the newcomer better than them will be a crisis. He sent a signal to them, and it's happening. And the Kano State governor cannot go like that because the like of Barao, Gadujes, and Co. are firmly on ground. So we are looking for him to go there. Then we'll see how other people will work with us.
In Kano State.
There must be political misunderstanding because it's a game of interest. You think they are interested in Tinubu because he's a god or his what? No. If their interest is no longer protected by the newcomer, the old comer will have no option than to work against it. That is how the game is played.
And the ADC is waiting to take advantage of that.
And the worst that can happen to you in politically is political anti-party system, where a member of your own party is working against you. And that's why some of us, the political analysts and observers, say there's going to be an implosion in the APC and no prayer can save them. And that's why the president wants more governors. If they can even create another state now, and get additional governors. But how long can
I don't think, obviously, we don't have enough time to do that. So let's take a quick break, Austin. When we return, we'll look at a few other issues. For example, when it's all said and done, political parties will all let out their dogs to join the race, but it is INEC that will be the umpire at the end of the day. Incidentally, there's a new leadership in place now, the INEC. What does that mean for these parties, especially for those who are on the opposition side? We'll find out after this break. Please do stay with us. Wake up with Global Morning, your daily guide to what's happening and making the rounds.
We delve into headlines, newspaper reviews, spot-on analysis, policies, current events, real talk, real issues that affect us all. From the latest trends to the debate, every topic, every angle, Global Morning is where it all starts.
Global Morning,
For the latest issues,
always on point.
Watch Global Morning Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. on Global Television.
All right, Ajuma, I'm sure you have a question you want to ask.
Yes, you brought the issue of INEC.
Right.
And all of this when it comes to 2027 general election. Do you see transparency, accountability when it comes to the part of INEC playing their part for the rightful candidate to be the president of Nigeria?
That is the problem we are having. Is, the INEC is a major problem because they have turned themselves to the highest bidders should have their way. And especially most of these returning officers from the universities, professors. And that is how unfortunate the country is. A professor. And that happened to be the highest education one can attain.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And not just he gives out, he or she gives out, impart knowledges. So the INEC that largely from academic environment is not helping the nation. I don't want to talk about 2027 yet. Look at the history of corruption in the country. Where do you meet corruption first? Secondary school. Paying to buy WAECs, contributing money to pass, and go to university and begin to bribe the lecturers to pass, or sex for pass, you know it. So what am I saying? If this country go down, it goes down on all of us. As a politician, I can join APC tomorrow and still benefit from the road if I want. But what happened to the professionals? I don't know if you get it now. So we must be sincere to ourselves. Do we want this country to survive? Then we must check our classrooms. The professors, the return officers, the INEC ad hoc staffs, the coppers who goes out to ring election. And at the end, you will be looking for a job. At the end, you are not safe. Rebuilding this country must be a collective effort. Look at INEC national chairman. He has appointed our appointment as an ambassador. He to run away from the country because he knew what he did.
Did he run? He got an appointment. What's he supposed to do?
Because of what?
He got an appointment. What's he supposed to do?
Why? Which appointment? That shows he was not neutral in the last election.
So what's
ambassadorial appointment is a reward system for people that work for the government who participated in the campaign council.
That is your own personal
It's
opinion.
not my personality. It's not my personal view. You can't say that. That is the reality. Whoever gets a political appointment in terms of ambassador and elder, he must have don't you see the role of Fred Kawde, the like of Reno Mokiri and co play for the government before they were given appointment? Okay, are you saying that the only person that you are claiming that is neutral is Mahmoud? Why? How? You say, Professor, why can't he go back to class?
But he also has the prerogative as a human being to decide what he wants to do with his
career. No. You can't tell me that there are levels you reach. You can't say you have personality life. Which personal life? He supervised the election where he said there was a system glitch. One of the most controversial elections in history of this country. And he's now benefiting from it. Are you telling me he was neutral? And you are defending that as he has a personal, and I said it's my opinion? We don't have a nation by that behavior. Someone like Mahmoud should resign. In fact, it is shameful that you're trying to call. I don't want to even go there. I don't want to discuss about that guy. It's too obvious. It is an affront on our democracy that a midday national chairman of INEC is appointed by the party as an ambassador. Come on.
Well, how do you rate the current chairman, Professor Joshua Amokpito, on a scale of 10, for example?
What has he done? I can't rate him. Is he not from the same environment? He's from my state. What am I mean by environment? He's not a professor from university. What are you expecting?
Is there a problem professors being appointed?
Okay, you see it. They have a problem. We are having all the professors who are coming to map the INEC. Today, INEC is one of the most corrupt institutions.
So you do not.
You have to clean it, and the man lacked the capacity to clean because he has not done any major sacking.
So you do not see.
We are expecting some of those directors to be fired.
Austin, so you do not see competence or professionalism in when they are taking out the.
Well, let's see what they will do. You see, with the man that corrupted the election in Abia State, a female professor, who insisted that Labour Party won, and insisted that Lesotho was he not celebrated across the country? Internationally. So this is not about the party. It is about the future of our own children, your own safety, even the running of the cost of doing business.
Mr. Austin, I want us to talk about this a little further, so it doesn't look like we are playing the ostrich. Would it not be a case of kettle calling pot black when members of the ADC, for example, like yourself, who had also participated in activities of the PDP or the APC in the past? I
didn't participate in any activities of APC.
Okay, no, that's why I said.
And take note, I'm not just a politician.
Right.
I'm a PhD holder in view as an authority, a chartered accountant, MSc public sector. I'm an authority. I don't know you get it now.
So you have your professional life away from politics.
That is just the reality. And I'm talking as an authority, not just as an authority, as a concerned citizens. Are we okay the way the country is? Are you okay with the cost of running a global TV? You should look at the economic aspect, the cost of running a business in this country.
But Mr. Austin, you're making it look as if overnight everything will just change.
But we are getting worse.
Remember,
no.
Before now,
when Jonathan left,
that we
I disagree with you. When Jonathan left,
you cannot.
When Jonathan left, we were leading economy in Africa.
But we said that was
with Abuja being the fastest growing city within Africa. We were doing well. The dollar rate.
But we had issues of corruption during that tenure.
Where?
A lot.
How those Jonathan corruptions and Buhari incorruptible? How is the economy? How is our life? How are we feeling? How safe are we? And I said it earlier that even moving from one village to another is a problem. A country where kidnapping has become a lucrative business. That is what we are talking about. What it means is that, God forbid, anybody can be victim of this atrocity. Who is safe? It is left for us to embark on self-orientation. Do we want this country to continue this way or not?
I was going to say,
how many of our big men have their children in this country? They have turned Nigeria to a place where you make your money, fire out your children, and you come back and remain. Members of the National Assembly, how many of their children are around? Okay, what happened to the commoners? We are talking of the giant country in Africa. And that is why other black, small countries see Nigeria as a disappointment. Look at what the Ghanaian coach did to our Super Eagles. So what we are saying is this. It's not about me being an ADC member. It's not about me being a politician. It's not about a kettle called what a pot called kettle a black.
I didn't even land on that
as
question.
your colleague said, it is about the realities that is down on each and every one of us. Go to the banks. Go to various hotels. See the way the security people are operating. Just give them a tip of one time. You can carry Bob. Nobody check you again. The system is back now. It's back down. Back. Everything is going down. Because the man who comes to the work is interested in how to get transport back.
As lawyers always say, he who comes to equity must come with clean hands.
Exactly.
There are people in your party, the ADC, who also had been in government during this time we're referencing, whether it was the lifetime of the late former President Buhari administration and what have you. They played roles, even whether it was the...
and perhaps they are looking for opportunities of correcting their mistakes.
But
so you feel the ADC...
Okay, look at this. Look at the problem of Malami. Is ADC defending him?
But some of your party members...
He's not saying to you that this is a disciplined party.
But your parties...
Do you say ADC organizes a protest?
There are senior members of your party who say that it is political witch hunt.
Definitely. The question is why now?
Is there a better time?
Okay, there are other people.
Is there evidence?
Okay, out of Matawale... Who is the minute? Who
party not petition?
No. Who are you submitting petition to? Another person appointed by a government. Look at Matawale Bello. The party themselves accuse him of being their member, allegedly. Bawa, the then EFCC chairman, was prosecuting this for over 70-something billion. Why is Bello Matawale getting deodorant? When Malami, they are spraying Santos, insect killer on him. What were we saying? There should be fairness. Some of those people crying out and say because of his involvement in ADC, where were they since before he did not participate? It is when fully he declared for governor of Kebbi State, and this is coming. And even at that, have you seen ADC in the official capacity issue statement defending him?
But we're not even...
Perhaps want to become a governor to correct his error. As of today, just as EFCC said about the Abelo of Kogi State. If the Abelo EFCC chairman said that the Abelo is still innocent or to prove guilty, then Malami is also innocent or to prove guilty. I do not speak for corrupt people, because I hate them.
But let me ask a question, Mr. Austin, quickly now, because of our time. You said something about these big wigs coming to ADC. Is it so ADC is now a platform for these individuals that, in quotes and unquote, made mistakes to correct their errors?
It's not like that.
I'm curious.
So were some political exodus from PDP to APC, apart from Muhammadu Buhari and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who among them who did not left APC, PDP? Who among them? Are you talking of the powerful Senate President, Godswill Akpabio? He was in the PDP. Dave Umahi was in PDP. Okai was in PDP. Go back to North. Even El-Rufai was in PDP. Tambwa was in PDP. Kwakwaso, who participated in the formation of APC, was in PDP. I don't know you get it. And Gaduje, who was the former national chairman of APC, was a deputy governor to Kwakwaso when they were in PDP. Who among them? Saraki, he was in PDP. Amechi, he was in PDP. So you cannot stop the political movement. That is the reality.
It's quite interesting. We are going to continue to follow these developments, Mr. Austin Okai, as they evolve. But we understand that your party is not relenting in terms of putting up a formidable opposition against the APC as we make progress into 2027. But again, campaigns have not started officially, but you know how politicians do their thing. They already putting their best foot forward at this point, especially for those who believe that the ultimate goal is to oust the Tinubu-led administration by 2027. We'd like to say a big thank you to you for coming to honor us with your time.
Thank you for having
this morning. We do not take it for granted. Well, that's what we're leaving the program this morning, everyone. We hope you've been enlightened about many of these issues as they continue to unfold. Remember that the views of our guests are their opinions. I'm Uyi Agumofwebe.
And I am Jumai Manson. Many special thanks to our guests for your wheels of knowledge concerning this issue, Dr. Austin, Mr. Austin Okai. Thank you for being a part.
Austin Okai.
Dr. Austin Okai. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. Have an amazing day ahead. From Uyi and I will say bye-bye.
Thank you.